Hello kids, welcome back to my channel Hi with Himani. We are doing a second chapter from class 6 mathematics, whole numbers. We have already completed knowing our numbers. So before we start whole numbers, or to have clear understanding of what whole numbers are, we need to know what natural numbers are. As the name states, natural numbers. Natural numbers are those numbers which we use for counting or ordering things around us. Or in other words, we can say to count things which are there in nature, therefore natural numbers. Suppose for instance, I need to count these trees. So how will I do it? I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Or for instance, these girls. These girls are standing randomly. I ask them to stand in order. So now they're standing like first, second and third. So these are the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or first, second, third, fourth, fifth, which we use for counting or ordering are known as natural numbers. You must have noticed that every time when I'm starting my counting, I'm starting from 1. So naturally, the smallest natural number becomes 1 and it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on infinitely. So then we cannot say that there exists any largest natural number. There is a smallest natural number. The smallest natural number is 1. And we don't have a specified largest natural number. So we can say all numbers from 1 to infinite can be grouped as natural numbers. I hope the concept of natural numbers is clear to you now. Now what next? Suppose this is a basket. A basket full of all natural numbers. If I add 0 to it, then it becomes whole number, the set of whole numbers. Why we are not putting 0 in natural numbers? Because we cannot find anything like 0 anywhere. I can say there are 1 tree, 2 tree, 3 tree or 1 pencil, 2 pencil or so on. I cannot say here is a 0 pencil. There is no such thing. So 0 is a number which we cannot count. Therefore, it is not a counting number or a natural number. Yes, the natural numbers are also known as counting numbers. So 0 cannot be grouped as natural number. 0 is a separate number. So when we add 0 to the group of natural numbers, then we get a bigger group. That bigger group is whole numbers. Right? Are you clear with this? If we see that are all natural numbers also whole numbers? See, we have learned that all natural numbers are natural numbers from 1 to infinite. All the numbers 1 to infinite are natural numbers. This much we have learned. If we add 0 to the set, then this new set becomes whole numbers. They become whole numbers. So, if you see here, natural numbers from 1 to infinite plus 0 are whole numbers. So, can we say that all natural numbers are also whole numbers? Yes, all natural numbers are whole numbers. This is quite evident from this diagram. Yes or no? But can we say that Are all whole numbers natural numbers? See, I'll again draw this. These are all natural numbers. Natural numbers plus 0 becomes whole number. Can I say that all whole numbers are natural numbers? Can I say that? No, I cannot say that. If you talk about this 0, 0 is a whole number but is definitely not a natural number. So, not all whole numbers are natural numbers. So, here we complete whole numbers and natural numbers. So, if we put simply, natural numbers are counting numbers 1 to infinite, and if we add 0 to it, it becomes whole number. All natural numbers are part of whole numbers, but not all whole numbers are natural numbers. I hope this much is clear. So, if we say which is the smallest whole number, if the question is like this, it's simple. Whole number starts from 0 and they goes up to infinite. Yes, the same concept. 0 plus all the natural numbers. Natural numbers are from 1 to infinite. So 0 till infinite are all whole numbers. So which is the smallest whole number? 0 is our smallest whole number. Simple. Which is the greatest whole number? Then, or which is the greatest natural number? Can you think of the answer? We have already discussed that both whole numbers and natural numbers goes up till infinite. So there is no definite or specified largest natural number or largest whole number. So there is no such thing. There is no greatest whole number. There is no greatest natural number. Now, our second topic is predecessor and successor. What is predecessor and successor? You must have already done it in the past. Just a quick revision of the same. If we put simply, predecessor of a number is a number that comes just before the number. Or in other words, we can say, if we subtract 1 from the number, we get its predecessor. Or what is successor? Successor is just the opposite. Number which comes just after the number is its successor. Or in other words, we can say, if we add 1 to the number, then what we get is a successor. Is it making some sense? Like for example, we take this number 5. If I have to find its predecessor, I have to go back. And how will I will subtract 1 from it. I will get 4. 4 is the predecessor. 4 is the predecessor, which comes just before the number. If I add 1 to it, then what will happen? The number becomes 6. 6 becomes my successor. Successor comes just after the number and predecessor comes before the number. Or we can say Papa comes first, then the boy or that number, and after that his son will come. So P for Papa, P for predecessor, S for son, S for successor. That way we can remember. First what will come? First Papa will come. Then that person will come. Then his or her son will come. So first predecessor, then the number, then the successor. Simple. It was just a revision of what you have done in earlier classes. Now, let's find the predecessor and successor of 6000. For predecessor, we know we have to subtract 1 from it. For successor, we know I have to add 1 to it. For predecessor, 6000 minus 1, it becomes 5999. Simple. Successor is 6001. Simple. We can take another question, this time a little bit larger number. So this is 99,89,800. So for predecessor, I have to find a number which comes just before this number. For that, I will subtract 1 from it, and the number which I get will be 99,89,799. This is its predecessor. What will be its successor? Successor, the number which comes just after it, adding 1 to it, I will get its successor, 99,89,801. So, predecessor and successor. Simply. Now, let's combine. We have learned the two concepts: whole numbers, natural numbers, predecessor and successor. These are the two concepts which we have learned. So let's combine both of them and see. Here's that question. Which is the smallest natural number which has natural number as its predecessor? Okay. We know that here what we have to find is, we have to find the smallest natural number, and then we have to find its predecessor in such a way that predecessor is also a natural number. Can you find it out? Simple. So what is the smallest natural number? The smallest natural number is 1, because from here we start counting. So what will be its predecessor? 1 minus 1, 0. Is 0 a natural number? No, certainly not. So this is a whole number. It is not a natural number. So 1 is not the smallest natural number whose predecessor is also natural. It is not so. So 1 is not that number which we are looking for. So let's go for another number. 2. 2 is a natural number? Yes, it is. If we subtract 1 from it, then I will get its predecessor. It's 1. 2 is also a natural number? Yes, it is. 1 is also a natural number. So I have got my smallest natural number whose predecessor is also a natural number. Simple. Then, which is the smallest whole number which has whole number as its predecessor? Again the same thing, but here they are asking that we have to find out the smallest whole number. In the earlier question they are asking smallest natural number. So what is the smallest whole number? We can check with that. 0. If I have to find out its predecessor, I will subtract 1 from it. I will get minus 1. Is minus 1 a whole number? No, certainly not. So 0 is not the number I am looking for, because its predecessor is not a whole number. I am looking for such a number which is whole number and whose predecessor is also whole number. Smallest. So I will take next large number. So that is 1. Its predecessor will be 0. Both are whole numbers. So 1 becomes the smallest whole number whose predecessor is also whole number. I hope the concept of predecessor, successor, whole number, natural number are clear to you. If it's clear, so let's do this true and false together. If you wish, you can solve it on your own, and then let's solve it together also. So here are they in front of you. I hope you have tried. So shall we do it together? First is 0 is the smallest natural number. Is it so? From where the smallest natural number starts? The smallest natural number starts from 1 onwards, 1 till infinite. And 0 is not a natural number, it is a whole number. So this becomes false. 400 is the predecessor of 399. What is a predecessor? Number which comes before the number. Is its predecessor? Does 400 comes before 399? No, it comes after. So it is not its predecessor. This is also false. 0 is the smallest whole number. Yes, it is. 0 till infinite are the whole numbers. 0 is certainly the smallest whole number. So this is true. 600 is the successor of 599. Does 600 comes just after 599? If I add 1 to 599, will I get 600? Yes, certainly I'll get that. So this is also true. Next is, are all natural numbers whole numbers? Think. Whole numbers is the group of all natural numbers plus 0, thus making all natural numbers whole numbers. So this is also true. This thing we can also see the way, if you look here, natural numbers plus 0 are whole numbers. So thus making all natural numbers whole numbers. All natural numbers are also whole numbers. If you see, if I talk about tigers along with other animals, that makes the animal group, animals. So all tigers are animals, but not all animals are tiger. Similarly, all natural numbers are whole numbers, but not all whole numbers are natural numbers. So all natural numbers are also whole numbers. True. Are all whole numbers natural numbers? No, it is false. 0 is a whole number, but it is not a natural number. So this statement is false. Now, they are talking about this thing. The predecessor of a 2-digit number is never a single-digit number. What does it mean? They're saying that if there is a 2-digit number, the number just before it will never be a single-digit number. Is that true or not? See, 11, if you talk about 11, it's a 2-digit number. Its predecessor, 10, is also a 2-digit number. It's true. But will it always be so? See, this is 10, a 2-digit number. Its predecessor will be 9. It is not a 2-digit number. So a predecessor of a 2-digit number can be a single-digit number. So this is false. Similarly, if the question is the predecessor of a 3-digit number is never a 2-digit number, that will also be false. Like 100. 100 is a 3-digit number. Its predecessor will be a 2-digit number. So it's not necessary that a predecessor of 2-digit number will always be a 2-digit. A 3-digit will always be a 3-digit. No, it can be one less to that. It's possible. This is false. Now let's see what they're saying here. The predecessor of a two-digit number is always a two-digit number. The same thing asked again, but in a different language. The predecessor of a two-digit number is always a two-digit number? No, we have already discussed that it is not true. So here it is. It was a simple topic, right? Whole number, natural number, predecessor and successor. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the session and you have understood the concept well. We'll meet in our next video. In our next video, we'll learn other things about whole numbers and we'll start from number line. So bye for now and thank you so much for watching.
Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.